Hello, everybody. All right, so this one here is going to be a little bit different, maybe. It's been a while since I've done this too. I pretty much got what I use wired, and I don't mess with it a whole lot. But we're back with our. That might be a little bit close here too. Let me see if I can change that. Oh, wrong way. Oh, it is what it is. I want it to be nice and close so I can do this properly. So, anyways, we've got my plug adapter here again, just like we had yesterday in the other videos, right? Hooked up to the radio. Radio is turned on. Okay. Now, we want to know which one's TX and RX and all of that stuff. Okay. So we're just going to start with pin 1, which is this white one. And, oh, God dang it, I got to put this in the video somehow here. Okay. That might work. All right. Let's try it this way. All right. So, pin 1, and I want you to be able to see the meter back there. So what we're looking for here is for this to key up, right? We want to find which one causes it to key up. So we connect those two. Nothing, right? This is so difficult to keep. And I don't want to stay focused either, right? Nothing. And this is why I don't want to mess around with these with phantom power. You could easily burn something up. Nothing. Oh, I'm going to get to the last one here, aren't I? Okay, so this one should key up. Okay. Oh, it's not. Oh, god dang it. The thing's broke. It doesn't work. Well, pin 1 must not be your shield. Okay. Remember when I said we should always start with the shield first, right? So we're going to set pin 1 aside because we don't know what that does at this point, right? We're going to take the green one. That's pin 2. And we already know we touched green and white together. Goddamn phone, stay focused. Jesus Christ. Maybe if I back it up a little bit. All right, so now we're going to take the green one, pin 2, and connect it to the red. Still nothing. So now we're going to connect it to the next one. And remember, these colors are not indicative of what's going on the microphone here. Okay? I just put plugs on there because I do it this way and it doesn't really matter. You still see that in the background there? Oh, looky there. We're keying up. Oh, snap. All right, so we're keying up. And I'll turn it just a little bit more so you can see the green indicator there, right? Oh, well, damn it. So green is going to turn red. So I'm keying the radio every time I touch these two together. So that means that one of these is your TX and one of them is your shield. Okay? Well, how do we know which is which? Well, the green one was the second one we tried. So then we can take a piece of tape here. And let's just say I did it, all right? You take a piece of tape, painter's tape or something, you write on it audio or whatever. Mark it on here so you don't forget, because you're not going to go through and wire it right away, okay? So mark that one audio, assume this is your shield, and then go through the next ones. Nothing. And, oh, what's that? You hear that, guys? Hear that? I connect these two. I found my RX. My RX must be the black, or possibly because I've got pin 2, which is the green one, that has given me transmit. The black one has given me receive, right? So I'm going to assume this is the common shield, okay? Common or shield or both. Pretty much the same damn thing, right? So I've determined my receive and my transmit. Well, gosh golly, what's left here, guys? Now, on this radio, we know from yesterday, pin 4 is dead, right? But we're going to touch it anyways. Focus. And we've got nothing. Okay, that one was not connected on this one. If it's a common or shield, okay, cool. It's going to be the same as this green one. Anyways, no harm, no foul, right? And it ain't going to hurt nothing to hook it up if that's what it is, okay? So now we've determined our receive and our transmit. Out of 5 pins, we've determined our shield, our receive, and our transmit. Well, what's left? Audio, modulation. And since we already connected the white and the green here, pin 1 and 2, focus, and nothing happened, it's a pretty good chance that pin 1, this white one, and I know it is, but I'm doing this just for argument's sake, is the modulation audio, okay? So we've got pin 1 is audio. Pin 2 is common or shield. Pin 3 here was transmit. I do believe I'll double check. Oh, see, my bad, receive. That's why we label them, right? Receive. The next one was dead. And then the yellow one, which is pin 5, that is our transmit. See? So that's how I determine what pin goes where on the radio. This works with any radios. Now, in the radio like the 2510 that has the up-down channel changer in it, don't be too concerned. Here's what'll happen. You'll connect the two and you'll change the channel. That's all you're doing is completing a circuit to change that channel. That's all it's doing. You're not going to hurt anything. You're not going to burn anything up as long as you're careful and do like this. You know, you don't want to key the radio and try to put power into the up-down or anything like that. But you also want to be mindful of phantom power, like I said, having voltage at the mic plug. These older radios do not have that unless it's a ham radio, like the older Icoms and stuff. They have a phantom power pin out on the radio. CB radios do not. All your older radios, up until the last probably 5 years or so here, to the best of my knowledge, like I said in the other video with the Quad 6 and the Lincoln 2 Plus having the phantom power, that's a tough one to mess with. You don't want to mess with that. So when I make these little plugs, I'll actually pull the pin right out of the mic plug itself. So there is no chance whatsoever that anything is going to get connected and burn anything up. You already know there's voltage there. You don't need it. The only purpose for that voltage being there, I think in the Lincoln 2 Plus, they might use it as part of the channel changer circuit, I believe. I've heard some people say. But the only purpose for it is to power your microphone. So instead of having a 9-volt battery on the bottom of your microphone, you're getting the power from the radio. Now in the future, I intend to perhaps source out some mic cords that have 5 and 6 wires on them so that I can utilize that and delete the battery. If I could delete the battery from some of these, especially the ones that are corroded and funky, and save the microphones and get the power coming off of the Lincoln, the Quad 6, and any of the other phantom power radios, I feel like that'd be pretty awesome. You never have to change the battery. You don't have to worry about what's wrong when the battery's dead and all that stuff. So yeah. And one more thing I'm going to mention real quick. I did it in another video and I don't have the samples around here anymore. The elements on these microphones don't go bad. I mean, I took one apart and showed you guys. I sacrificed the whole damn Turner element, which was kind of saddening. But in the inside, it's just a couple of reeds that, or whatever, that they just go like this. They stick out in the middle and they go like this back and forth with the vibration of your voice. And that's what creates the sound, okay? So it's not some fancy circuitry in there that goes bad. There's no capacitors in there. There's nothing in there to go bad. That's why Turner microphones were so great, because you could pretty much sink them in water, and as long as you didn't key them up when they were wet, they'd survive, because the rest of the components would dry out before you put power through the circuits. So usually when and I still got the other part of it here from when I did that video a while back. Usually, what goes wrong here, I know I'm kind of mixing videos. I don't have enough light here, probably. What goes wrong here is corrosion, like this one has. And I tried to clean this one up. It was just too far gone. But I've got the parts. You know, I can still use parts off this, the switch and the slide and all that. But the capacitors can go bad. Okay. At least these here. And in some cases, when people think their element is bad, I believe it's one of these transistors going out. Okay. Now, some of these are labeled what they are, and you can still get them. Some of them are not. Let me take a closer look here. That one looks like it has a label on it. That one. Okay, so this one, and this one are labeled. This one right here is not. There's some generic numbers, very tiny on there. I believe this one is the modulation card, the compression one. That they were real secretive about that and didn't put a label on it because that was their patented ModuGuard. Okay, so if you've got a problem with your microphone, before you go looking for the element, you need to start checking some of this stuff out here. Chances are it's something in here, or just a silly broken wire. I've had it area where the switches are dirty and funky and whatever, and need clean, or they're corroded too. So please, these elements are irreplaceable. Don't replace them. Don't chuck them. Don't take them apart. And the screw that holds this on, the element on here, do not take that out because the element falls apart internally and it's junk. So if you ever go to get one of these mobile microphones, like this one here, that's the part to this one that now sits here as parts for whatever. If you shake that and it's rattling, the element in here is disconnected and unrepairable because somebody took the wrong screw out of there thinking they knew what they were doing, trying to take it off because they thought the element was bad. The element doesn't go bad, right? So once you can realize and know that, okay, the element does not go bad, don't touch the element. You're pretty good to go after that. So I apologize for throwing that in on this video and making it a little longer, but I did not feel like that warranted a whole nother video for. So I kind of shoved everything into 2 videos instead of making a third one here. I covered the studio mic stuff, the internet stuff, the radio side, and the microphone side between these 2 videos. So as long as these 2 will load to Facebook, I'll be good to go here. And y'all have a good one. As far as that, wait a minute now here, that's squealing. When you hear that squealing, like these guys are using the adapters and things, you noticed on the one when this was squealing, I think it was in the previous video though, it was squealing when I keyed up with the mic element, right? The multi-tester was going off when I was connected to the mic element. So most times when you guys are getting a squeal, you're shorting out the mic element to the radio. Okay, I should have covered that in the last video and I didn't. My apologies. That's why y'all should watch all my videos, right? So that's what's happening when it's squealing when you plug it in, is you shorted out the microphone element to the radio. And so if you switch those 2 wires around, most likely it would probably work. But there again, I'm not a fan of those adapters and that crap either. It's not that hard to wire these. Hopefully this is making it even easier, more educational for y'all to get them wired up and going. If anyone needs to know where to get batteries for the mobile ones, how to make them, whatever, let me know. I've posted all that stuff already. Mic plugs, I think it's Rooster in Tennessee there. He sells them on eBay. He's got 5 mic plugs for $10, I think it is. At least that's what it was, with free shipping. So there's no excuse not to buy the mic plugs. They're cheap. You can't beat that with a stick, right? And wire your microphone for it. If you've got several radios and only one microphone, save your money and buy another microphone. These are great microphones. Everybody likes them. I haven't shown anybody this, I don't think, and maybe it's been a while. Um, I got a couple I use over here, some old ugly ones, my personal stuff over there. There are a couple of them there, right? But then um, I've got, well, there we go. There's my mobiles hanging. And now back here is all my non-Turner stuff that, I don't know, just whatever. But we start over there. I try to have 2 or 3 of everything. So I've got 3 and 3, 4 of the sidekicks. I've got 3 up there plus the one I used for testing for the bass Turner plus 2s. A couple of Road Kings there, see, a couple 3. Road King 70s. And then we go into the plus 3s. I think that's a plus 3B. There's a plus 3B stuffed in there. And a few more plus 3s there. I got a Turner Expander 500. And a couple more to plus 3s. I think that one on the end there is a CS1. And of course, I've got boxes and literature and pamphlets and shit that go with those. So most of these, not all of them, but most of them, hopefully this has turned out okay because I'm in some funky light here. The base ones, anyway, the mobiles I'm probably going to hang on to, but eventually the goal here is to repaint and possibly recap some of these and put them up for sale. The only issue is if I go to all that trouble, they're not going to be cheap. But you're going to have practically a brand new microphone, right? So that's going to be up to you guys if you want to pay that much. If not, then I'll have some restored microphones of my own to play with, enjoy, and use. But keep it in mind, in the future, I might even do an exchange program. Y'all send me your microphone, I'll send you one of these, and then rebuild yours and pass that one on to the next guy. I don't know. It's all stuff I've been thinking about, and we'll see. But anyways, this one is way too damn long. I apologize, everyone. It drives me crazy. I like to see 5 to 7 minute videos. I hate when they're real long. But hopefully there was enough educational purposes in it and it wasn't too long-winded. If it is, please let me know. I'll try to shorten them up. I can always make new ones too and shorten them up and just get right to the point. But I feel in some of these it warrants a lot more explanation so people truly understand every aspect of it and not just assume everyone knows what's going on. So with that being said, I'm going to shut up and get off the key and move on with my day. So y'all have a super fine one. Old Tin Man, Wisconsin, we out. Click, click.